Okay, so this is the face as of right now. I'm going to show you the main divisions of the face and how it's weighted at this point. So yesterday in class we weighted it so that the neck and the head were separated. So I could do this, and the best way to show this off is just actually move the rig around. So there's kind of the head by itself, and then you get the mid neck. Okay, that looks a little bit funny, but most people don't keep their mouth closed when they're looking up that high, so it'll look a little bit better than that. Okay, so this is where we ended yesterday. We were able to get this deformation, and then I did a further deformation that allows me rotate this back down. I worked on the weighting information for the brow rotate, which is this joint that's in the center of the skull. I worked on the head up joint, which is the basically top of the face, and worked on the head down joint, which is basically the jaw. So to see these actually work will be useful. So this is what the brow rotate joint is supposed to do, that joint in the center of the head. And let me turn on edges. So this is actually what it's supposed to do. Okay, it may look a little silly, but usually is used in combination with, it's usually not rotated that much, first of all. And it's usually used in combination with this, so it doesn't look as silly. Okay, so let me, and so you want that joint, you want this brow rotate joint placed and weighted so that we're not really losing volume on the skull, if y'all noticed that. Maybe just a little bit, but that's okay. Main thing, we just want to be able to rotate these brows up. And maybe make more sense if I turn on the texture. Okay. Now, let me unrotate that. And then the head joint, the head is going to control like the eyes, the upper lip, the nose, and the bottom part of the eyes and most of the top eyelid. Okay, so I can move these around, and you can see that it's starting to mush the eyelid, top of the eyelid into the brow. And so that's what that controls. Okay. And then the head down joint is going to end up being our jaw, pretty much. And it obviously controls the jaw. Okay, so we should have a nice mix here in the cheek. We shouldn't see, no matter how far we move this jaw, we shouldn't start to see any weird rendering happening in the cheek. And that's what good geometry, good edge flow will do for you, and good weighting. Okay. Now, for the jaw, we should also note that you want the neck to preserve its volume as you move the jaw down. Okay. Now, this isn't entirely accurate because the skin would actually bunch right here. But in a cartoon, typically we don't go for bunching in the chin. Okay, we just try to make it so that the neck preserves volume and that the chin, this jawline, will keep its shape. Okay, so and that mine does. Okay, it's also, we should note that this is not really affecting the ear too much. And neither is this. And neither is this. Okay? The ear is just controlled by the head joint. So we could do a quick little pose and so it's kind of funny how natural it can look to rotate that brow up. And you can see how it might be useful in animation. And it's used all the time in feature animation, just so you know. Anyway, so we'll undo all these rotations, and then I'll go and show you the actual weight maps for the mesh so far. So right click on it, we'll go to my Paint Weights tool, Skin Cluster. Turn off the joints and my tool settings. Now, my neck ended up covering up this portion down here. And I only really worked on half of the face. Okay, I bled over to the other half of the head just so I could make sure the center line looked good, but I didn't really focus on this side. I was just painting on this side, and then I mirrored the weights. Okay, and then the neck mid ended up looking like this. Okay. And then the head base ended up looking like this. And you should compare this to where we ended yesterday. Okay. So those first three joints were the same as yesterday, except for the head base has a lot of the face has been removed from it. So you're stealing from the head base joint. Okay. And now if I collapse these, there's the brow. It falls off over quite a large area at the top of the head, but it falls off pretty sharp here on the brow. Okay, go to the head up. And again, quite a large fall off for the cheek. Relatively small fall off area for the top of the eyelids, transition into the brow. And it should be noted how the lip is weighted. Okay, actually the lip is being, the top lip is being weighted quite a bit to the bottom of the head. It's kind of hard to see it because it's subtle, but it's there. And so the head down joint is taking over the majority of the head base where it comes to the neck on the front here. And again, we got a large fall off area for the cheek and a really pretty quick fall off for this bottom lip. You know, we're about 100% still here, like 75, 80% right in this area, and then it falls off to about a little more than 50% here, so like 60% at the corner of the mouth, and then it transitions out. Okay.